Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Metroid Prime. We finally made it to the Faison Mine, so time to see what the space
Yay.
pirates are up to.
Everyone's
Wonderful.
favorite level in the whole game.
Woo.
And we get such a welcome with the fucking mega
Super
turrets, which
turret.
can just
Yeah.
they can shave off nearly like an energy tank in one volley.
I've been playing Terminator Resistance lately, and I keep getting blindsided by turrets and shit because I don't have the patience to use the stupid detective mode goggles.
I mean, you can spam these with wave beam shots, but soups or charged plasma beam just rips right through them.
Ugh.
And if we were going my normal route, we would be doing this backwards. So we would actually be taking the back door above us and going straight for the grapple beam.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
when
Well,
you
I don't do
first
that.
enter an area, there's like a flyover. Does entering in an unintended way like fuck that up?
Not really,
Okay.
because the trigger is like at the door you first enter from. If you're not at that trigger, well, it's not going to go off.
That
Like
makes sense.
if we would do my old speedrun route, we would literally use the grain to scan dash to the left of where Ryan is currently, and we would go in backwards to get the grapple beam. And if we do that, there are enemies there at the door, but because you are not at their trigger for the scripts, they just stand there and vibe. Don't react to you at all, which is great because that means I can scan dash and get to the grapple beam.
Oof.
Missile
Well, that's what
then
you get for
bonks his
sitting
head
there.
on the ceiling.
Jumping down in
we'll get
front
to
of
that.
an armored bounty hunter with a charge beam on her arm is maybe not the smartest attack strategy, guys.
Yeah, but think of the promotion if you manage to actually do it.
I mean, the Space Pirates are very proud of their Darwin Awards.
What are the space pirates, by the way? Like, what is their deal?
They
space
live on
pirates.
Science!
they live on Zebes and it fucking sucks there, so they became pirates. Is the whole shit?
No, they don't. They don't live on Zebes.
No,
like,
No,
They
they
just
just,
took
they
it
just
over.
took it over, yeah.
yeah.
No, they're called Zebesians.
Zebesians.
Zebesians, yeah. I would assume
one
that means they're from
strains.
Zebes.
Well, I mean, we have their home world. We visited in Prime 3, technically, and it's one of them.
I don't doubt that like inhabitants of like Zebes could be space pirates because space pirates at the end of the day is not the name of the species.
No, it's just the faction.
You know, you weren't born a space pirate.
I don't know. Robbie Rotten was a very influential figure for these guys.
Yeah, but like I've always been confused by the designation space pirates, considering that this is a faction of very militant, science-minded, bad actors within this universe that the military itself are concerned about frequently, and it's like, you know, that seems a little bit above a pirate's pay grade is all I'm gonna say. You know?
Are pirates getting paid?
It's
No, they
weird
don't
that-
get paid. They steal things. That's like their whole deal.
They
I
get
mean,
paid
but
in face on
at the end of the day, though, like space pirates, for all intents and purposes, are just a faction of aliens that do shit because it's evil.
Well, I would assume if they're pirates, they do it for money and power, like not because they're evil.
I think everything that's been emphasized with their actions in the Prime series, especially, they don't really have a purpose other than to causing chaos and mayhem.
and science.
Yeah, for science.
There's the stuff that's in the game, obviously, but with these big sci-fi universes and all, there's usually some sort of extracurricular lore explanation for most important things.
Yeah.
Oh boy, time for these.
But I don't think the
motherfuckers.
space pirates ever in the lore of Metroid have ever been anything more than just brutes that do shit for the evils.
Yeah, because I was going to bring up, it's just weird that they're big enough of a threat for the government to like
Federation.
really work to like, you know, worry about them and stuff. But at the same time, they're laughably bad at what they do.
I mean, but they do matter where it counts because again, like they massacred that fucking Earth colony and murdered Samus's parents. I mean, I know Ridley was a large part of that, but he's a leader of the space pirates. It was him and his forces.
I was going to say that was mostly Ridley doing the work there. But
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to get into is Ridley or Mother Brain the leader of the space pirates?
Well, no,
Shit.
that's
Ridley.
there's no argument there because Mother Brain is just a Mother Brain is a creation of the Chozo that was hijacked by the space pirates to do their bidding and became the operation leader for planet Zebes. That's it. That's literally it.
Right.
Interesting, John. But you see, I've put myself here as the Chad and you as the Wojak, so my side of the argument's correct.
Isn't Wojak a Netflix series with a horse?
Probably.
Isn't that BoJack, not Wojak?
Oh, okay. My apologies. I thought that was
No,
Wojak.
Bojack's a space pirate.
I think like I think like the manga goes into it, but like I remember like Mother Brain was a creation of the Chozo that logicked her way into siding with the pirates for the prosperity of science and like another shit. I don't remember exactly all the details. It's been a couple of years since I've read that.
The pirates
Sort
don't
of
care
thing.
about ethics and rules.
How canon is the manga these days?
It's canon.
It's canon.
So it's maybe, I'm not sure anymore because fucking Other M shits all over it. And Other M is a canon game.
Yeah, but what doesn't the other M take a shit on? Yeah.
Yeah, true enough, but I think it still stands. I don't know. Maybe they can always just say they can just write Other M out of canon if they want to.
I don't like. I mean, whether canon quality or not, like it's like writing quality or not, I should say, it's still canon. Like
Yeah,
same thing with
like
Star
so. The problem
Wars.
is that like if the problem is that, and again, this is why I think it's better for them to just say like Other M, just wipe it from the continuity, because if you keep the manga canon, it just makes all the problems with Other M even more glaring over the shit that Samus has been through and the characters she has met in her life as a bounty hunter.
I love how there's an important scan up here on the second floor, and you think, oh, is it pirate lore? Does it activate the things? It's just like, no, alert, she's here. Everyone shit yourselves.
I'm just imagining like that's the equivalent of like putting up a post-it note in your office space being like, Jeff's here, guys. And it's like, oh shit, Jeff.
I think it was the manga adaptation of this game. There's an actual scene where it's like, okay, she's actually breaking into our computers. They leave her a note and went, these computers are expensive. We are going to let you in. Please don't break them.
See, fucking Samus heads into the Faison Mines. Gex camera pan to the days without accident sign, and the number immediately drops to 0.
No, it does like one of those funny calculator things where it's like E plus 23.
You think that the space pirates ever have that thing above 0? Like you read about space pirate experiments. They don't go well.
Well, they have days off, don't they? So it has to go up to at least 1 every now and then. Maybe they have a long weekend and it reaches 2.
Fuck, it's my day off.
Gotta put out some fires.
You do, like, so here's the thing. I do think that Metroid definitely needs some comic relief, because it is definitely Nintendo's darkest franchise. So, having a part to chuckle here and there, I think works out, especially, and I think like having the space pirates in Prime specifically being a little bit more bumbling is fine, considering that they're always the secondary antagonist to Dark Samus or Metroid Prime, I guess, in these games. Like they're not.
Same creature basically.
bad.
So
yeah,
And even then, they sort of fucked the lore on Metroid Prime, depending on what version you play.
how do they change the lore on?
Well, in the original version, it's like, oh, hey, so we've been digging in these mines. What the fuck is this abomination we found? We're going to dub it Metroid Prime. Oh, hey, it sort of stole all of our weapons and sort of dipped.
Assimilated them.
Yeah, stole the weapons, did a fucking runner. Here's the problem, it's at the bottom of the impact crater, the place they're trying to break into, so they kind of rewrote that for PAL version onwards, but the problem is that now doesn't explain why Metroid Prime suddenly has a lot of pirate-grade weapons built into it.
Also, why is it called Metroid Prime?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Metroid Prime isn't a Metroid, right? Because
It's not.
It was.
Was it? Because I was always like, when you consider Prime 3, I always thought it was a creature that was just part of the Leviathan, because that's what it is. Like at the you find out in Prime 3 that the impact crater was the first discovery of a Leviathan seed or dropped from the planet Faison that have creatures inside them. Yeah.
Well, typically the way this is, Leviathan seed grows, seed plants into the planet, it then finds a creature and then corrupts it to serve as the guardian for the seed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hinted with the exoskeleton parts you find in 3 that just, hey, there was a spare Metroid here. How did it get
Yeah.
here? Fuck knows, but it
but
became Metroid Prime.
My understanding was that there weren't Metroids on Tallon 4 until the Space Pirates brought them here.
No, they were brought here by the pirates and they mutated to the environment. And they kept
Yeah.
the Talon variants in 2.
But Metroid Prime had been here for like hundreds of years, though, because the Chozo writing is ancient.
We don't know
According-
exactly how long
We do,
they've
actually.
been. Do we? Well, how
Yeah.
long?
About 50 years.
Oh, 50 years. Okay, that's not as
So
long
yeah,
ago.
so the seed landed far before any Metroids were
Yeah.
on the planet, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So like, unless if like somebody had one as a pet and then it got Faison or something, like I don't.
And I understand. Like, I'm thinking back. I'm thinking back to like Metroid Prime second form, and it's clearly more Metroid inspired. I just like I don't understood. I never understood what the first form was. Like it's a crab.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an exoskeleton.
But speaking of pets, the pirates were not allowed pets, according to one of their logs.
Oh wait, really?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Metroids are not pets.
Metroids aren't pets. No, you shouldn't feed them. That includes you, Jeff. You know
that-
what you did.
All they have to do is just be there when they hatch, though. It's really
know,
easy, actually.
If I were the one writing this and considering all the additional lore that has been added to Metroid history since, my answer to this would just be to make Metroid Prime the original Metroid that all the other Metroids were based on. There. Solves everything.
Oh. Speaking of solving everything. Get fucked.
Yeah.
What was he doing in there?
Trying to ambush you.
Or
But if
hiding,
you know,
I guess.
but yeah, like if you know that it's there, you can get the ambush on him.
I
Get
love it
primed,
when they
idiot.
let you do that kind of stuff.
Oh, hey, John, this is your favourite room where they do the tests with the morph ball.
Yeah, this is where you can get the log entry for the morph ball stuff. I think that's it right there.
It's one
Or
of
maybe
those
that
two,
one.
or it's one of those on the...
Yeah, or maybe that
side
one,
of the
yeah.
ground
It's
floor.
50-50.
It is on this floor level. Although
Yeah.
whenever I hear the new entry in logbook, I always hear my Kool-Aid in logbook.
Oh, I remember this guy. This guy's a pain in the ass.
Yep. Super Missiles say hello, though.
Yeah.
This is our first encounter with Elite.
The Elite Pirates, yep.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, you want an easier time to target them? You can use the thermal visor on the cannon. That's nice. I can see him right here. I have soups.
I literally see the cannon. Yeah, despite the larger size, Elite Pirates are really nothing special. Because at this point, you have super missiles.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So
like
as long
two-
as you don't shoot it when he's got the little orb up, easy picking, just like that.
Don't
kinda
attack while the
funny if
tail
you-
is up.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, if you sequence break here and come through this level, it kind of breaks them in the intended scripted way. So, because we have power bombs early when we come here, usually, the third one usually becomes the second one.
Does that fuck with the artifact?
Surprisingly, no. That only changes it if you get the power bombs in the dynamo.
Okay, because I
That's
remember
when
there
his
was a
script
I remember
breaks
there was a glitch with that artifact specifically where it could not spawn if you did something weird.
No, it does spawn. It's just if you leave the room, go more than 2 rooms, and then come back, it's permanently despawned.
It's permanently. Oh, right.
Also-
That's what it was.
I hate the fact that they buffed them in these version.
Buff
got
how?
buffed. Or normally it was just like, okay, 1 charge shot with ice beam, 1 missile, dead. Doesn't
Yeah.
work anymore. You have to do
That's
multiple
right.
charge shots.
You're
or
talking
you
about the
do
Ice Trooper.
Yeah. Or you do an
Okay.
ice beam missile combo, and that will.
Does
Yeah.
Samus have to do
the
the
job.
rock on devil horns in order to do the ice beam?
I always took it that's the formation her fingers have to go in order to switch to the weapon.
Yeah,
If
no,
you
that's
go
what
into
I-
the X-ray visor and look at her hand while each beam is out, she is doing that hand pose.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, she is rocking out with the ice beam.
And the when you change beam, it's using something called bounding box to achieve the effect.
Which they had to
So-
remove for the trilogy version, if I recall.
I think so, but that was more because they didn't update some of the effects for the FOV and the
Yeah,
free aim changes.
Because one of my favorite effects in the OG Prime, as you saw what Ryan did there, is like when you're charging the ice beam, the cannon freezes over. And in the trilogy version with motion controls, they removed that effect entirely. But
Yeah.
they brought it back for remaster.
But yeah, when the arm cannon goes orange, that's when it uses what we call bounding box. That was on GameCube. Only a relatively small number of games used them, but it allows you to do real-time 3D effects. So you
Yeah.
designate an area in a 2D or 3D space. It's like, okay, well in here we're going to program it to do this effect or this effect. You know those Paper Mario games, Thousand Year Door, Super, and you saw all those millions of NPCs on screen at once?
Yeah.
That was bounding box.
Oh no, we're being attacked by everlasting
And that effect-
gobstoppers.
And that effect on GameCube and Wii is one of the most pain in the arse things to fucking emulate.
What are those everlasting gobstopper enemies, by the way? What are they doing? Like
They're just little gas mines.
Yeah, they're like little puffballs. They just
I hate
spew
those
gas.
guys. They're like one of my least favorite enemies in the game.
If you're not careful and you just fucking plant your ass like right on top of one, that damage from the gas
Stacks.
cloud is exponential and it stacks, and you can shred your health easily if you're not careful.
So they do stop your
So-
gobstoppers forever.
Yeah,
Yes.
that really stopped my gob.
But yeah, in the next room, if you do sequence break, the pirate breaks out early, and if you're fast enough, you just as he finishes breaking out, you can more or less one or two tap him. It's like, I'm gonna be a boss now. No, the fuck you ain't.
Anything to scan? Anything to scan?
You know, something that kind of bugs me about sci-fi computer monitors is that they have this tendency to be monochrome. And that made sense when it was like the 80s and our own computers were monochrome too. So, like, the entire screen being red made sense. Makes less sense in Mass Effect. Why the fuck is every computer screen on the Alliance flagship dark crimson red and nothing else?
Here we go, the wave buster check.
Yes, this one's interesting. You actually can lock onto it if you have the X-ray visor, and you can even see the shields it has.
Yeah. So this is another security drone, but for this battle specifically, it has stealth camouflage
Stuff
and a
ammo
shield.
And a shield. Like, you saw it then for like a second when it flashed
Yeah.
up. But if you
I
have the
believe
wave buster-
it's only down when it's attacking you.
Yep.
So outside of that, this battle, I remember like the first time I got here, this battle gave me a lot of shit.
Yeah, you know what stealth camouflage doesn't really fix, though? The glowing "fuck me, I'm here" lights that
Yeah.
come out of your jet boosters.
And if we look to our left, we see Ryan forgetting that he has the wave buster.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, I always
there is no
forget
boss
that
in
I
this.
have
The
this-
wave buster shreds this boss's health. The wave buster makes this fight a complete joke. Like it does the thinking for you.
And it's dead.
Goodbye,
if it did-
drone.
I mean,
Okay,
it
let's
seems
see
like you
which
didn't have
of
much
the
trouble with it to begin with.
128 odd possibilities we get here, because it is generated the second it dies. We got number... shit, I think that's in the 60s.
What?
Yeah, so when this boss dies, the mazes are like generated out of a pre-made set of anywhere from like 1 to maybe 128. Like, it's a fixed amount. And there are
Yeah,
ways
but
to
this
calculate which
maze is
one it
not always the same. It pulls from a set that Experiment was getting into earlier.
Oh.
There's only, like,
And
so
there's a
many
save
of them.
room right here, but you can't access it until you finish this puzzle. So if you come here with like one hit left, you better be careful.
Yeah.
And then you got to do the whole boss again too. I'm sure.
You're back to the
Nice.
beginning of Faison Mines.
Yeah,
Oh!
because
We'll talk about-
this place stars you for checkpoints.
Wow, Brian got one of the fastest ones. Hot damn.
Too bad this isn't a speed run.
Not yet.
Like the little morph ball.
I mean, I think it's a little bit late for that. I'm pretty sure you probably could have lapped Ryan if you were a speedrunner by this point.
Not quite yet. I haven't quite hit the 3-hour mark, but I'm close.
I mean, I might have been near done at this point, but
Yeah, I would say not, maybe not quite, but we'll see. But we'll see you in the next part of Metroid Prime. See you guys all then. Later.